Hi, I'm Carolyn Gage. I'm a lesbian playwright and author, and I'm one of the contributors to a recently published anthology of short stories called Woman's Work. And this collection's been edited by Michelle Sewell and it's published by Girl Child Press. And my contribution to the collection is a short story called The Furies, about 4 lesbian superheroines. And when I first started thinking about what would a superheroine be, I had a lot of questions. I mean, would she wear spandex? Would she be under the age of 25 all the time, under the weight of 125? And what were her superpowers? Would she fly or speed through the air or turn into a fireball? I mean, what exactly are the superpowers that a lesbian heroine would want to have? And the more I thought about that, the more I actually began to think about the real-life lesbian superheroines in my life. And I thought about the women who run the battered women's shelters, very dangerous and pretty thankless work. And I thought about some of the older women who have been teaching feminism for 40 years in patriarchal universities against unbelievable opposition, and they're still at it. And then I thought about some of the counselors who work with trauma survivors, particularly the survivors of child sexual abuse, which is also difficult, dangerous, and very thankless work. And then I started to think about the survivors themselves who are living with post-traumatic stress disorder, and it takes an enormous amount of courage to navigate life with that syndrome. And then I thought about the diversity of lesbians that I knew, and I thought about women of size, I thought about women living with disabilities, women of color, African-American lesbians, Latina lesbians, I thought about Jewish lesbians, and I also thought about butch lesbians. And this is pretty much where I got my story. And here's a kind of a cartoon illustration of my Furies. And yes, there is a wonder dog. Her name is Athena, and she's the service animal for the woman living with disabilities. And she has superpowers, but I don't want to tell you too much about those because I don't want to give it away. The whole point of this, of course, is for you to go to your nearest bookstore or to go online to girlchildpress.com, that's all one word, girlchildpress.com, and get yourself a copy of this collection. It's incredibly diverse, incredibly wonderful, so check it out.